Now, we have by no means arrived at perfection, but we have learned a lot of great marriage advice along the way. We'd love to share it with you. Stick around. Hey guys, I'm Amanda. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist and also a certified Christian sex therapist.
And I'm Pastor Andrew, and we are co-founders of Assembly Church in Northeast Atlanta. Make sure you hit subscribe and ring the notification bell so you'll be notified when we drop a new video every Friday. The single greatest piece of marriage advice that we could give you would be this: don't do your marriage without God. You can't do life without God. Don't do your marriage without God either. The greatest thing that you two have together is a together relationship with your Creator. Make God the center of your marriage.
So true. So next, let's move on to mindset. So what does mindset have to do with your marriage, you wonder? A lot.
Yes.
So your thoughts really determine how you feel and think and behave.
Absolutely.
So if you are ruminating and thinking negative thoughts about your spouse all the time, that's all you're going to see. And you're going to have a really hard time moving past that. If you continually focus on the fact that they didn't do this, they didn't do that, they always do this and that, and you're just always thinking and kind of picking out all the negatives about what your spouse is doing or not doing, you're really going to have a hard time ultimately loving them and just being able to give them grace and just connect with them, because you're only going to continue to see more and more things that they don't do the way you like it.
That's right. I mean, if you focus too hard on something, what's going to happen? Great example. If you are about to buy a car, and let's say you want to get a blue car, maybe it's an SUV. So you're looking for a blue SUV, and you're starting to think about blue SUVs. What ends up happening? You start seeing blue SUVs all over the road. Before, you didn't really notice how many blue SUVs there were out there. But now that you're thinking about the blue SUV, there it is. You know, the same true is if something gets in your mind, it's hard to escape. For example, don't think about a pink elephant. Ha! What'd you think about?
But it's also true that you can do the opposite. So focus on all the things right about your spouse.
That's right.
Switch it around. Pay attention to the fact that they helped you with the kids, or they made your coffee, or they just did anything nice for you, wrote you a letter, they gave you a hug, they called you, text you. Just pay attention to the small things.
Yes.
Then you're going to start seeing more of the positive traits, characteristics, things they do for you, or how kind they were to someone. You're going to start seeing and remembering why you chose them.
That's right.
Why they're your spouse.
That's good. That's good. Another thing that we want to think about is our attitude. I think the best place to think about this is in Galatians 5. We talk about the fruits of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. That's 9 things to think about. Think about, how can I love my spouse better? How can I be more patient with my spouse? How can I be more gentle with my spouse? I think that it's a great thing to maybe take the Fruits of the Spirit challenge and assign one of these to each day of the week. Again, there's 9, so you kind of get to play around with it. But just say, okay, this day I'm going to focus on patience with my spouse. And then really do everything that you can in that day to exhibit the most patience that you can muster.
I think it can be fun. Some more tips that we love is, I like that saying of the same team. So you want to remember you're on the same team.
Yeah.
So for my men, that's the same jersey. You're not attacking your spouse. This is not you against them. This is more the two of you on the same team against the world. Another one that I like is, it's not a 50-50. I know a lot of people talk about that, like, oh, marriage is 50-50. You give, I give. Well, if that's the case, when you don't give, then I don't give. And at the end of the day, how are we going to push through that? How are we going to make it when we're reciprocating that the other's not doing things and I'm not doing things? It's not a good place to be. What is an even better way is to understand that I give 110% effort and you give 110% effort. And if you're not giving 110, that's not my problem. I'm still going to give my 110. So it's not a focus of this reciprocal marriage that you have to do this so that I will do this, but just, I love you and I will give 110. So it's important that we try that. We do our best to give 110% and to try not to get lazy, try not to get complacent and so comfortable with each other that we don't prioritize our marriage.
Schedules get in the way, work gets in the way, all of those things get in the way, but it is so important that we can't get lazy. A great way to show your spouse that you are a priority for me is to take them on a date. I know that's so simple, but it's so true. It's time away. It's time to say, you matter to me. I just want to spend time with you. I just want to go have some fun, or I want to have, a deep conversation, or something like that. We did an entire video on dates. See it below. It will really bless you, I believe.
Another area that's huge, communication. So this is a big area. So we actually have some other videos down here for communication that can help you out. But basically just a generic way to dialogue together.
Yes.
So you want to kind of have 3 components. So first it starts with expressing yourself, speaking for yourself with I statements, and sharing your reality with your spouse. Being able to let them know how you're feeling, thinking, what's going on for you. As they listen, their job is to empathize, is to connect, is to say, okay, I can see myself in your shoes.
I understand what you're saying.
Yes, they may not agree with what you're saying, but they get it. They at least listen and understand. Then the third step would be that if there is a decision to be made, the 2 of you negotiate lovingly and are able to come together with some type of brainstorm idea to kind of move forward, or something that you're going to try together to make the 2 of you come to a place of being able to negotiate together.
Absolutely. Another great marriage tip is that we have to learn how to give grace to our spouse. It's very important that we be patient with one another and that we approach each other with love and with kindness.
And I would even say giving grace to ourselves.
This is true.
You're not going to be the best wife or husband all the time. And with life, there's so much going on. There's so much in your days and your weeks and your children and just all those things that are going on. It's so important to just give them grace, to give yourself grace, and just be able to kind of embrace that life's a ride.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
So one thing also that I think is really important is don't use the D word. So the D word would be divorce. That's just speaking death over your marriage. Don't do that one. Another one that I actually kind of, struggle with a little bit. It's quite hard actually, but you can do it. Try not to be using the words never and always.
Yes.
You never XYZ, you always blah, blah, blah. These are not the best words to use. No. These really start a really good fight and not the best.
Of course, we couldn't talk about the best marriage tips without talking about intimacy. And we have a whole playlist on intimacy down below.
So we want you to know that your marriage is not going to be perfect.
No.
Surprise. So you're taking 2 imperfect people and making an imperfect marriage. So just being aware that it's not going to be perfect.
That's right.
But with God, it can be amazing.
That's right.
If you like this video, give us a thumbs up. Also, leave us a comment down below. We would love to connect with you there.
And if you know someone else this video could be helpful for, please share it with your friends. And check out these videos down below.
As always, subscribe for more weekly influential encouragement and inspiration. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.
Bye.